Hey everyone, this is Nitro. In this video, I'm going to do the level 60 version of Scylla, and what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to get a different first turn event. So the last time I got Oceanic Horror, so this time I preferably want Summon Leviathan or Spawn. Now Summon Leviathan is almost exactly the same as Oceanic Horror, so Spawn is the only one that's really unique. In any case, let's begin. My party is going to be just like before: Liana, Chris, Elwyn with the faction buff and Sword Soul, and Ledin with Divine Guard, Burning Sun, and Light Reflect. Just for demonstration purposes, this time I'm just going to bring Cherry with lightning only, so no lightning speed. So mostly Cherry will just do regular attacks and save lightning for the turn that Scylla uses Spawn. Alright, so with everything done, let's begin. And as always, the setup positions is very important. Elwyn and Ledin have to be at the front, then Chris behind them. And at the pulling up the rear is Cherry and Liana. Alright, here we go. So let's move up everyone who cannot faction buff. So Ledin goes. Cherry moves up. Chris will move up. Liana's next, and then finally the faction buffer, Elwyn. And now we wait to see which skill. Perfect. So there we go. Leviathan uses Spawn. It respawns and causes AoE damage to my team. In this case, to Elwyn. And then the tentacle pull on Liana. So, with that done, Cherry moves forward and hits the main tentacle with lightning. And then after that, she will use lightning once more against Scylla. Over here, next up will be Chris. And there's actually two ways to do this turn. I can just have Chris move beside, move so that she's within 2 blocks of Liana. That way, she will dispel the debuff that is on Liana, the movement debuff. Otherwise, I can just send Chris to attack. In this case, I might as well just use Chris for attacking. That will heal up Elwyn so that Elwyn can attack, basically. So let's send Ledin forward and Burning Sun. Elwyn will do a regular strike on Scylla. And Liana will just attack the Lesser Tentacle Spawn. So, Elwyn is saving his skill purely to use on the Leviathan. Okay? So, unless the Leviathan appears, he's never going to use Sword Soul. Well, let's continue. So, with the last turn, it used Oceanic Horror, and it hit Cherry. And Cherry has enough hit points to survive the Oceanic Horror at level 60, as long as she is at level 60 with even single class mastery. Because my Cherry only has her Dragon Knight class mastered, and yet she was able to survive Oceanic Horror. So it's just a good to know thing. Your Cherry does need around, it looks like it did around 6,000 damage, so it needs around 67, yeah. Over 6,000 hit points would be the threshold. So let's send Cherry to attack Scylla. And then she'll heal up via prayer. Elwyn, again, just a regular attack on Scylla. Ledin will do the exact same, regular attack for this one turn. And Chris is going to hit Scylla with her second attack skill and heal everybody up. Leviathan has been created. uses Abyssal Guardian, which is... I'm not even sure which defense skill it is. So it's the magic defense skill. So I could actually do a regular attack this turn and be fine. Right? Because it doesn't have the huge defense buff. So let's just do that. Instead of using the Sword Soul, I can save it. And just do a regular... Oh, see? There we go. The regular attack did not actually kill the Leviathan. Annoying. That's fine though. It means I'm going to do one less attack this turn against Scylla. Because it will draw out any magic attack, right? So if I do a magic attack, it's actually going to hit the Abyssal Leviathan. And if it hits it, it should do 40 damage, which will not actually kill it. So either I use a melee attack to finish him off, or he survives till next turn. Frustrating. Well, whatever. I'll just attack. And then Divine Guard. And let's just... Yeah, let's just do the ranged attacks, as I mentioned. Oh! 216 damage! It was enough to kill. So there we go. Although I lost the attack on Scylla as a result, right? But that's okay. So I have a gain to use, actually. So let's again Elwyn to do a second attack. So just piling on damage to Scylla. And with this defense from Leviathan, the cycle starts anew. Everyone back. So moving back. Elwyn will be last again, so that everybody has a faction buff. Diana is placed here because she is the most... She's definitely going to be the one to be hit by the tentacle spawn. So this way she is there's no way she can be pulled by positioning like this. And finally, let's move Elwyn, who will once more faction buff. Getting everybody out of range of the Raging Waves ability, except for this one, the respawn. Yep, and you can see Liana is the one that is hit. And everybody is heavily damaged. So, I'm going to have to start things off with Chris doing a ranged attack to heal up everybody else, really. And let's have her hit the Lesser Tentacle. And Heaven's Gift will heal up most of my characters this way. Enough for Cherry to kill off this tentacle spawn, activate Wild Princess, and attack Scylla. And that way we're sending everybody back in once more, so let's have Leviathan attack. And Elwyn. And then Liana will heal up herself. And Oceanic Horror should be used on one of my... yeah. So this time it hit Elwyn. So, time to pray her up. Need to heal everybody before they attack. There we go. So now let's attack with my melee characters first, before having Chris attacked, which should heal up everybody. Burning Sun. And Chris to bring up everyone's health, although everyone is pretty much full health, so. There we go. Leviathan summon. It uses Abyssal Guardian this time. And that should be the defense skill. Oh no! Oh, I made a mistake. Abyssal Guardian is the magic defense skill, and Abyssal Lurker is the defense skill. Okay, that's fine. So, why don't I... You know what? I'm just going to Sword Soul. If, as an interesting note, if my Elwyn had a tiny bit more attack, it would have been able to one-shot it, even without using the skill. So I guess you need around 1400 attack on your Elwyn to be able to do that. I have 1355. So I guess with my mass maids being slightly stronger, that would have been the difference. Level, let's say level 9 mass maids rather than level 8, that would be the difference. Alright, let's continue. Let-in will Divine Guard because there is that one turn cooldown once more on Scylla. So there we are. And Chris with the final attack. And time to run away yet again. So all the thing is to always protect Leanna, really. So let's Elwyn moves here, so Leanna can move back here. I guess Let-in then can either move down here or and Cherry up here. So just prevent Leanna from being pulled. That's the whole point of all the movements. I did get +2 move mobility, so let's assume I don't have it. So I have to move this way. So Let-in moves back 3 rather than 5, right? And then Leanna can move back and heal up. Then Elwyn will move that over to protect Leanna, like so. And then the rest just shifts back, right? So Chris back, Cherry back. Tentacle on Leanna. And Leanna is going to self-heal to start. I'm going to... Just as before, I mean, ideally you have Leanna kill this tentacle spawn instead of Chris doing so. So, you know what? The question is whether Chris can survive this attack on Scylla, and she should be able to, because look at her soldiers. Her soldiers are quite healthy due to Leanna's self-heal. So let's do it. There we go. Soldiers tank most of the damage, as expected. And that way, with Cherry being healed, she can now attack the tentacle spawn. Oh, and I could not kill it because the angels were not at full hit points. Oh, that's not good. I also forgot to faction buff with Elwyn, that's why. Oh man, okay. Last turn I was supposed to faction buff with Elwyn. So I made a huge mistake. That's why Cherry could not kill off the tentacle spawn. Well, I'm just going to move up in faction buff now. It's late, but it has to be done. So, major mistake in that cycle has led both of these enemies alive. So I am definitely behind now in terms of damage. Nonetheless, let's catch up by having Cherry wipe them both out. Ugly, ugly, just very careless mistakes. So let's keep attacking then. But despite the mistake, Scylla is still losing hit points pretty rapidly. It's turn 11, and it only does have 10k hit points. So all in all, I am reasonably on track. And let's have Leviathan Divine Guard up. There's no point in making an attack with only 700 attack value. So, there we go. Leviathan summoned, it uses Abyssal Guardian again. Turn 12. Because I didn't use Sword Soul on the very first roll around, it has 1 turn cooldown. So with a single attack on Scylla, and then again from Liana, it will refresh. Which lets Elwyn kill off the Leviathan. And Cherry can now come down and attack Scylla. Because I Divine Guarded Leaden last turn, I can either do a regular attack or Burning Sun. Right? Might as well do a regular attack for this one. And I can Burning Sun a bit later. There we go. So, 50,000 hit points left now. Scylla is nearly dead. Leaden, counterattack. And it means I don't even need to retreat this turn, right? Because at 23,000 hit points, just a full swarm of attacks will take it down. So here we go. Leon and Cherry to finish. Here we are. So, you can see, even without Cherry having lightning speed to kick in for additional attacks, you can still finish Scylla in a reasonable time. And it's just an endless cycle, because Scylla has a 4-turn cycle for her skills, and all your skills have 4-turn cycle as well, right? Even Prayer's cooldown is just 3 turns, right? So with 1 turn using the skill and then 3-turn cooldown, that's a 4-turn cycle. There's no skill you're using with your characters that is not on the 4-turn cycle, except for Leaden's Burning Sun, which is a 5-turn cycle. And if Cherry had it, Lightning Speed is on a 5-turn cycle as well. But you can cover for that, because Leaden's Divine Guard can be activated multiple times in the cycle due to its 3-turn cooldown, 3-turn cycle value, and so on. And even the faction buff from Elwyn is on the 4-turn cycle. Oh, there is also, I guess, Sword Soul, which is actually on a 6-turn cooldown cycle, I suppose. But with Liana's again, you can again cover for that. Alright. So, that's everything I wanted to say, and I hope you found this video useful. And on that note, Nitro out.